story time with me. When I was a young boy back in India, absolutely bored out of my mind, I had nothing to do. Now this was a time when, the iPhone had just came out, right? This is the year 2008. Yeah, just think about that, kids. A time when the iPhone just came out. And not even an iPad, like, geez, life was tough back then. But either way, I decided to just, sit down and just turn on the telly. Little did I know was turning on the telly would make the best decision of my life. My first ever anime, and that was The Howl Castle. Okay, I know it's a movie, but it's the first type of anime content I technically watched. It was 30 minutes in. Not gonna lie, the witch terrified me as a kid.
Just shut up.
Oh, who am I kidding? Even till this day, she terrified me. But I'm 20 years old, so I'm an old man now. So it's been a long time since then, and I had a bunch of time to watch a bunch of anime, like a ton of anime. But we'll talk about later on in my life and so on and so forth. But at this point, there's one anime that stuck with me. One anime that helped me get through college, computer science specifically. I'm not an Indian. Listen, I know I brag about being Indian and great at computer science, and that's all true, and all Indians are great at that. But there's always that 1-2 subject we hate. So that's the anime that helped me go through it. And that anime was The Rising of the Shield Hero. Season 1 version. Season 2, I don't like to talk about that. And if you're wondering, yes, this is an anime channel now. It's not, but I don't know what's going on with this channel nowadays. Again, I should give a heads up here. Anyways, there will be minor spoilers for the series. I'm not going to talk about it in the course, so I'm just going to talk about the main characters. So now for me, God, I really hope to pronounce that name right. There's a bunch of anime fanboys who are going to really piss off in the comment section below. But to explain the basic premise of the Shield Hero, long story short, now for me, I don't know, becomes a hero essentially, gets transported to another world where it's like a game in the sense how you can level up, you can upgrade, etc. And long story short, the world just turns against him. I'm not getting into detail why or how exactly, because again, that's like a core thing. I think you should just go watch the anime because, man, it is a good anime. Season 1 at least. Season 2, people seem to be a little bit decisive about. So me going to college and leaving secondary school or middle school, whatever country you're from, is a big step. Don't get me wrong, it's like a whole different experience compared to secondary school, but not impossible. Was it hell? Well, not in the first 2 weeks, but afterwards, yes, when the assignments all coming around, yeah, that's when hell started to break loose. And like I said before, the 2 subjects, I'm not going to name them obviously, were so bad that, don't get me wrong here, they weren't even as bad as algorithms I found easier. Anybody who's in computer science, and I say that I found algorithms easier than those 2, that's just then a red flag of me telling you, yeah, they were that bad. I think this is where I somewhat can relate to Shield Hero. Not the whole fighting monsters and learning magic. God, I wish that was reality. No, my life is extremely boring. Going to college, moving from secondary school, or middle school, what do you want to call it, is somewhat a giant leap, especially someone for like me who has to travel a long distance towards college. But that's not it. The whole idea of leveling up in the Shield Hero is kind of like real life, to be honest, in college. When you start up in computer science, you're level 0, alright? I know consciously believe people might think that I'm some kind of coding god. No, I'm not. People might think I made a code since I was 6 years old. No. I did not. My first ever coding somewhat thing was with Scratch. And that stupid orange cat really pissed me off. Don't forget, right? There are people who literally have like 12 years of coding experience. There's some guys who've been coding since they were 8. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, holy cow, these guys are literally gods compared to me. That's kind of my situation. I found myself alone. I had to go on YouTube. I had to like literally grind. Like, the amount of endless nights I try to learn new skills to get ahead of everybody. But yeah, just because there are people with like 12 years experience, it doesn't mean I couldn't try to catch up to them. Every new skill I learned when it came to programming or some sort of algorithm was like a new level, a new hack, a new skill. Something like now for me would pick. God, I really hope I'm pronouncing this name right. People are gonna really piss off me in the comment section. But yeah, when you pick up a new skill or a new hack, a new weapon, etc., you take on the boss. Now for me's case, the bosses are fun and journey. Like, you fight like a pig and then you fight a dragon. That's pretty cool. In my case, it's either an assignment or a test, and that's it. That's my life. God, I really wish this anime was real. Sometimes, when you prepare really well, you can take on the boss. Things start easy, but then the boss gets harder and harder. And sometimes, it doesn't end well for you, and then you get discouraged and broken. And now me does go through this in the anime. But being the absolute amazing man that he is, he picks himself up, levels up as you would do in real life, and takes on the boss. And that is the situation I find myself in. For me, he has a little crew set up and everything. I'm not gonna get into the crew stuff because I don't want to go near that fandom stuff, honestly. I just don't have the energy to like explain that stuff. And again, just go watch the anime. It's pretty good. So now for me, also he puts himself a crew, even though the whole world's out to get him. And this is a situation you're gonna find in college. some people are fun and all, but you're gonna need some people that essentially make you a better person. You don't want people dragging you down. You don't want people making you worse in general. You want people that's essentially gonna look out for your best interests and make you a better person. And that's who I found myself with. I found people who coded for 12 years. Yeah, like I said before, yeah, those guys who coded for 12 years, I started hanging around with them. And by God, I learned a lot of coding skills. There was one guy, really sound guy. He learned Python, everything, taught me a bunch of Python. And because of him, I was able to actually accelerate and get like ahead and much of the other, newbies essentially. Don't get me wrong here, it's fun to hang out with the newbies sometimes, but then other times I hang out with the guys who are a lot smarter and they help me get a lot smarter and improve my skills in general. No offense to the newbies out there, they're pretty smart as well. I just hanged around people who did literally 12 years ago. You get what I mean. And I can't believe I'm saying this, and this is gonna sound really cringy, I'm not gonna lie, that is never give up. I'm not even kidding, like that is literally the reason why this anime sucks to me now. I know a lot of people will say, well, there's this anime you should watch One Piece or something. There's a lot of no giving up. And again, that's usually the core of all these animes. But with Rise of the Shield here, for some reason, that stuck with me the most, believe it or not. Out of all the animes, the whole do not give up thing, this is where it's stuck with. And I think, like I said before, the whole world's out to get this guy in this anime, alright? This isn't a happy-go-lucky thing, alright? It takes a while for him to actually start to trust people again. So, the idea of not giving up, even though the whole world's against you, even though all the cards are against you, which, don't get me wrong here, I felt like that when those two subjects were in my life. Like, Jesus Christ, it literally felt like God was literally just putting these subjects just to make my life harder. It literally felt like that. Like I said before, these were harder than algorithms. I found algorithms easier than this stuff, so that should tell you a lot. But even though these were a pain, I found a way to deal with them. Whether to use literally AI to help me explain certain questions or certain things that they are explaining, or just do what every person does and we'll look up an Indian YouTuber online and get them to explain the thing for you. Don't lie to yourself, you've done it a million times before. And that was essentially the reason why the Shield here stuck with me and honestly helped me get throughout college. I know this video was short and that's usually because the storage on my iPhone's horrible, but I'm being honest here, these were the core. This was literally the reason why it stuck with me. Whether it be the don't give up trope, to have good people in your life, and also on top of that, leveling up. The leveling up was probably my favorite part, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. God, I wish my life was better than this. Guys, comment down below, what was your favorite anime? What anime stuck with you the most? One of you better say the Shield here, I swear to God, I'm going to lose my mind. And yes, I know, I should probably say this now. I apologize for butchering Naofumi's name. I know a lot of people are gonna write down the comment section below and say, after Shan show, and they're gonna put some weird warped Naofumi version of it, and below they're gonna write the correct version of me. I've done YouTube before, guys. I've commented on other people's videos. I know how this works. So don't try to think that this is some unique stuff. I know you're coming from me. I know the anime community is gonna come at me with fire and pitchforks and try to light my house on fire. But with that being said, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.